I don't know about you, man, but I find it very difficult to go against a Troll Warlord, the lockdown of a Legion Commander. Not to mention OP on that Ember Spirit should be having himself, even though his laning phase won't be great, he should still have a great space in the team fights to come.
Their team fight's terrible, though, Toby.
He'll have space, though.
It's as terrible as Tobini would taste in my mind.
It does sound like a horrendous dish.
If you just pretend it's like a different language or like from a different culture and not English, then it sounds a lot better. But it's like Tobini, the exotic dish from the Galapagos Islands.
It's like someone who tried to put mango with like pasta and thought that was a really good idea.
But if it's exotic, you don't know until you try it.
Yeah, and then you can spit it out and you're like, you know what, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. Let's just retreat. Oh, Bobica. Samael. Wait, hang on. Hold the phone. Check who's actually playing what here.
Yeah, they swapped.
Yeah, they swapped. So Samael is playing the Earthshaker. Universe is playing the Puck. And this is actually a mid Earthshaker, which is coming out from EG.
Versus Ember. That's not bad, I would say, for Sumail.
You know, it has been a while since I've seen damage build style Earthshaker. The last person, it's actually someone who's attending this event, Dendy, is the one that always sits in my mind for that big damage dealing Earthshaker.
Miracle played it too. That's Star Series.
True.
So it's not super uncommon. He will actually go for Fissure level 1. If you get Enchant level 1, it helps with your last hitting, but you can't take out the Flame Guard. So he likely waited until he saw what OP skilled up. And if we're closer to, you might as well just skill
Real
Enchant.
trouble on the Legion Commander, Arteezy. Well, he's still got his open wounds available, going to slow down XXS, but thanks to the PMS, he'll be able to survive.
Some players think that you shouldn't be able to swap in competitive, just for added shenanigans like this. But if it's in the game, you might as well use it.
Yeah.
I don't think players do it enough.
It's definitely a surprise play. Because there's very few teams, in fact, I don't think there'll be any team that would say, hey, yeah, we're definitely assuming this will be a mid-ES. That just doesn't happen. And then you can have a very elusive off-laner. You get the Puck, and it's difficult to impossible for IG to actually kill off Universe. As long as he's got Orb up, he can just jump himself away. Until Crippling Fear will arrive for Bobica. All they can do is Void. No Poison Touch leveled up here for Q. So he's not looking for the harassment to Puck that way either. But both off-laners are having a very hard time. Puck at 0-0, and Legion Commander, she has managed to find 4, but now has to go jungle.
Universe is also almost out of regen. I'm actually very surprised Q just didn't get 1 point of Poison Touch. As soon as he uses Phase Shift, that's a lot of damage that Puck, a low armor hero, cannot do very well versus. So 1-1-1 build coming out from Samael. Did not bother popping the Flame Guard because it is a level 2 Flame Guard.
He'll get there eventually.
Ooh, and a regen.
Yeah, another good reason to spam out. So OP in a bit of unfamiliar territory going up against the Earthshaker. But all the lanes are starting to just settle themselves down a little bit. So Arteezy got all the space in the world because XXS has gone back to base, so is Puck. So it's very mirror matchup. But who do you feel is actually getting the advantage here? Like, does any team really... Okay, he really just keeps going.
He's actually owning him.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as he gets level 2 Enchant, it hurts a lot. Poor Man's Shield is good versus like the range heroes that don't hit very hard, but versus a hero like Earthshaker who hits for like upwards of like 150 a hit, that Poor Man's Shield doesn't block that much. So OP actually forced to go for the Sleight of Fist to get some extra last hits in the mid lane.
How does that actually synergize too with, oh man, EG, the Fissure from Samael. Misses its target, but the Frostbite, Burrow Strike, Ember Spirit has no level 6, so that is First Blood going the way of Samael. But how's his damage talent actually synergized with the Chant Totem? Because he can get plus 50 if he wants it.
It doesn't, I mean, it's really hard, but you don't get the scaling. A lot of players do take the strength. Even on Support Shaker, you take the 10 strength, generally because it's too much HP to give up. But I think on Core Shaker, it's a no-brainer because it gets multiplied by... You can quad dip in it pretty much, so, or double dip, 400%. So...
And OP is just getting hammered in the mid.
I didn't realize that this matchup was so bad for Ember.
Yeah.
Because he can't come up to last hit creeps. Every time he comes up, he just enchants, and you can interrupt it with the Searing Chains, but he doesn't have it leveled up, and there's just not that much he can do anymore.
And with this lineup of IG, there's no way to really help him out.
I think this might be only possible, though, because he does have a CM on his team. I think without the CM, he wouldn't be able to constantly spam enchant. And he's even forced to go for the bottle and the infused raindrop for extra mana regen, just so he can constantly cast that 40 mana enchant.
Night Stalker's doing his rotation around. He found the 4-minute bounty room while Zai is waiting for a kill in mid. An Invis rune picked up at the 4-minute mark. Also find his opening, yeah, crits in the neighborhood as well. Bobica really wants to run forward, but he's right on top of a Radiant Observer ward. So EG have a choice now. They know exactly what they're up against, and they are not going to go on anything. In fact, it's Universe behind that tier 1 tower that escapes from burning. But the mid engagement finally kicks in. It's on top of Samel. Zai misses the Burrow Strike. Really need to hit on that one. XXS will also arrive. No press the attack. Just TPs in and actually does it for naught until EG want to reinitiate.
It's a lot of misspells. 2 misstuns already coming out from the mid lane. And looks like RTZ is getting the easiest lane with the LC completely jungling now with the Iron Talon. And Puck, is he going to TP back to the top to pressure the troll? I would be surprised if he didn't. Yep, so he's already back up top. So safe laner definitely goes away with EG. Uncontested is way better, especially with the deny changes.
Yeah,
but LC's coming back. He realizes that, yeah, this is not a good thing for you, IG.
Oh, Samel, no. Waiting for Zai to make his move up. He's got a level 2 Burrow Strike now, but he's not going to get in range.
Oh, they had a fissure on mid, but he sleight of fist dodged it. That was great. Nice play.
Universe, getting caught out. He just orbed down. Starts with the Void. There is actually no crippling fear, but that damage with the movement speed, thanks to Nighttime. It's Q who finds the kill while Bobica did most of the work.
Nice positioning from the Night Stalker. Perfect positioning. Sumail gets yet another rune.
Okay, he got a haste rune this time around.
Universe didn't even cast phase shift. I think he wanted to wait for like the salve into a phase shift for a little bit of extra.
Sumail wants to. He can just walk up and haste up, Echo Slam, and kill off OP.
I don't know if that's enough damage. I think he'd have to have a pre-enchant for a double right click.
To hit the Echo Slam, then the totem straight after, hit him, and then fissure.
Yeah, it's unreliable. I think it's a little risky at this point. You don't know who's behind him. Like, Night Stalker could TP in, and even like a simple crippling fear could destroy him.
There's your haste rune to fissure, gonna block him quickly. Universe has the orb available, so they should have enough damage. In fact, Sumail brings the totem down on top of the Night Stalker, who was playing around with the Crystal Maiden, as well as the SK in the jungle.
He went for phase boost over treads. Normally you'll see the treads for even more strain, so you get the 400% on that, but with the enchant totem and the phase, looks like he just wants to chase people down and run away. It's fairly important, I would say, versus Night Stalker, but definitely unexpected, I would say.
I'll say Burning wants to try and push the issue against Universe. Universe very underleveled. Compared to XXS, like XXS is 5.5, Universe is sitting at just over 3 at the moment on this puck. And if Burning can zone him out of the lane, he knows he can keep him down, but he's come too far forward. Zai, Burrow Strikes available, Burning, Whirling Actors. Well, at least given the mischance up, they have a little bit of extra help. Shallow Grave is up and running. And this is the issue of EG. They understand they can try and fight this, but they won't find the kill. Instead, it's going to be the mid lane where the Ember Spirit will fall. And Sumail, he did commit the Echo Slam this time around.
Man, this is going to be a really rough game for OP. I think they have a lot of instant disable too. One really good thing about Earthshakers is instant cast Echo Slam. Excellent at stopping a hero like the Ember Spirit. And then you have the instant cast Waning Rift too from the Puck. And then the instant cast Sand King Sun. So you have 3 instant cast disables to stop the Ember Spirit. And yeah, they have a Dazzle, but Dazzle can only do so much. You need this Ember Spirit to get very farmed so that he can actually tank it up and isn't worried about dying for the entirety of the game. Luckily, they do have the LC for press the attack, but I still fear for OP's life, especially considering his early game start.
Yeah, he's not having a great time. There's that sleight of fist dodge again from on the Fissure. But bottom lane, it was actually XSS who managed to find himself an Invis rune. Thought he might have attempted to go onto Sumail. Maybe this is the other thing we can look at from IG's perspective. How do you start locking down the Earthshaker? Can the Legion actually do it? Just blink in?
How does Earthshaker
get the duel off?
How does he have so much HP? 12, 20 HP? What on earth?
You doing the math?
He has 3.2 strength gain per level? I didn't realize his strength gain was that high. He just has phase and magic stick, and he has 1220. This is before level 10. And then once he gets level 10, he's going to have like 1500 HP. That's really difficult for these heroes to kill. Like, even with a dual and an Ember Spirit and a triple Remnant, it's not a guaranteed thing.
So you rack up the health. Do you go the movement speed over the damage buff? Considering how much damage he's going to be outputting, and if he does go for like a full crit build.
I think you want to be able to one-shot people. I would go for the 50 damage. You don't attack that often, but you just want to be, like, especially if you get a crit later. I don't know if you will, but those multipliers, that maths.
Oh. It's going to look fantastic for him later on. For the moment, again, back to a little bit more of a passive kind of lane. IG, Burning is going to go in for the Vlad, so that may be our first point of contention. It's going to be around Roshan. Nice little place to fight if you are Invictus Gaming. Even though your team fight's not terrific.
Their team fight's the worst. It is so bad this game. Like, I actually don't know how they take team fights. Unless Puck is super underfarmed, because they don't have a good way in. But Sand King with an Infest Bomb already inside of him looks like somebody is going to eat it.
Yeah, they need the vision. Bobica, he's actually going to be the one to get called out. They'd love the oh wait. OP put down a Spirit just a little bit in the low ground. Night Stalker 10-stick charges. He's going to get him off in time. Around the corner, even the Shallow Grave from Q. So the initiation comes in from EG. But IG able to have that saving grace. OP ready to fight thanks to the aggressive ward behind the tier 1 tower. EG are very aware of what they're up against.
Who's going to go in?
No one. Burning's already leaving. He's headed back up to the top lane. If anything, Q may try and go for a denial. But no, that won't happen either. So EG take the tier 1 tower in mid. IG will not contest for now.
This is really bad. They're getting so much out of this mid lane, and Ember's just like staring at them, knowing that he can't do anything. So they're gonna have to rely a lot on Burning to get back in this game. As you mentioned, the Roshan gonna be very key for them. Bottom
nice
lane,
talk up. They're going in.
Dude, Puck is broke.
Yeah, he's got nothing. He's the ultimate sacrifice in this matchup. He's actually your 3 position is the lowest net worth on the field, but it won't matter if Samel can carry you. Out a blink forward, hits the Echo Slam, and then a quick follow-up from Universe. They give him something back. He actually got up to 5.5 level from that kill. It's a full level and a bit from that 1 kill on the Night Stalker.
But this is an 11-minute blink versus an Ember Spirit who doesn't have anything. And Ember Spirit is like so far behind the Earthshaker in terms of net worth. That's not good. 2,000. That's the full blink. Even if you take away the blink, they're still even. And now they will continue to siege some towers. And Universe, as you mentioned, is almost level 6, so he can actually start contributing. And I think that kill gave him shreds. Ooh, nice. The change up from the Ember Spirit, going for the physical damage build.
Understanding the issues.
Doesn't really synergize with the Veil at all, but
yeah, I'm gonna say like he goes for the Talon upgrade. We didn't go for the magical increase. They find crit out of position, missing a little bit on the abilities. The extra silence will be there. Spirit committal forward, but thanks to the 1 charges, crit will be able to survive in the Burrow Strike control. OP needs to get out of here. A Spirit, it's not far enough away to keep him in a safe zone.
Wow.
So he just walks it away instead, and Samael cannot get close enough for the blink. Now he can. Fissure coming off cooldown, 1 second, and now he can let it go, but needs to see OP. The Fissure will connect, doesn't have enough for Enchant Totem, and the Searing Chains holding him back. He actually did have enough for the Totem. He had 3 1 charges available, but decided not to use it.
That was so close. That was probably like, that Toad was right about to smack him in the face. I did like that play to throw out the Remnant. He didn't have mana to Remnant, but he played it like he did. That was pretty cool mind game. I guess he doesn't really lose anything. The worst thing that happens is you just die, and your Remnants would recharge anyways.
Yep. And he actually used the Remnant to get back to the front lines.
Yep.
So nothing of value being lost. RTZ should be able to take out this top tier 1 tower, or maybe he can't. Bobica's going to wrap around from behind, but RTZ gets the Rage off, starts his run away. TP, Rage will protect him long enough for it.
It doesn't feel like it's nighttime. if you're EG. EG are still like very aggressive around the map, moving around the map, sieging towers, split pushing out lanes. Like no one's very scared of this Night Stalker at all, just because they don't have the heroes to back it up. Legion Commander doesn't have Blink yet, Ember Spirit has no items, so everyone's actually just running away on nighttime for IG. That's exactly the opposite of what you want to happen.
Well, the scan hit from the Radiant. They know that someone was around here. Samael has the Infest Bomb ready to go in Q. Oh, he's going to be on the receiving end. There's your totem, and okay. That hit hard. That hit so hard. Dazzle has no time to react to that.
That's not even max enchant. The armor on the Dazzle is good, but only if you give it time to stack up. When you just take a full enchant hit at the start, you are going to be in for a rough time.
And because you're getting Samael being so aggressive across the map, Universe is able to play catch-up. 8.5 levels now for him, pushing towards that Blink Dagger, as he said, because of that kill on bottom lane, he was able to complete up his treads.
Normally a Puck would be scared to do this, though. You'd be scared of dying to Ember.
Bottom lane is over on the live stealer. That weave came out very, very late, but the control time should be enough with the silence. They ensure they get the kill onto Arteezy.
Super important kill. Unfortunately, they did not get dual damage, but an important kill nonetheless. Arteezy overestimated his tankiness with the armlet and being able to perhaps infest in an offensive creep, but finally IG get a kill during nighttime.
It's the first reveal of the Blink Dagger 2. They needed to make that work, but EG are coming down ready to fight. Samael's headed down south, Crit with him under the cover of smoke. And IG are not going to get involved in this fight.
Too many Blink Daggers.
Oh, Bobica's probably a little too close. Actually broke the smoke on Samael. Jukes it around the tree lines. The Observer Ward. He moves around the Nova. Can't fly over the hill. He got frostbitten up. Press the attack. Might be able to give him enough speed to get away from this epicenter of Zai. Not to mention the shallow grave. But another frostbite already back up and running. He's got no stick charges. Tries to make it to the shrine, but will not reach it. Meanwhile, up on top lane, the Dream Coil committed, and it's an Arteezy bomb working to kill off OP, using Universe's silence to catch him, and then into the mid. Samael Echo Slam, Totem Stomp it up, and there goes Burning. 3 picks on 3 different lanes.
Yeah, they can't split push. They can't fight during nighttime. Their team fight is awful. Roche is their best avenue, I would say. I don't know how they sneak in Roche, but like, maybe get pickoffs too with LC and hope that EG aren't together. That seems to be the most likely 2 options for me. Perhaps farming Ancients a lot too. They were doing that with the Troll. He does have Flash for the sustain, but things are getting out of control really quickly, and this is with only 1 Blink Dagger now. Blink Dagger number 2 is online. Zai going back to base to fetch it.
Yeah, he was able to get so much space to farm up to. Yeah. Like even at the start of the game, his early rotations didn't have to be that heavy. So he just focused on sandstorming up the jungle a little bit here and there.
Normally, if you see a couple heroes on the map, you're safe, but I think like Lifestealer plus Earthshaker, Lifestealer plus Sand King, Lifestealer plus Puck, any of those combinations can solo kill anybody on IG. So that is a really bad sign when you need to see 4 of the 5 heroes to feel safe to split push.
That Observer Ward scouts out OP's position. Burning is the closest one. And Samael is ready to fight with the Haste Rune bottled up. His positioning is going to be perfect. Maybe bottom lane instead IG can start their initiation. And in fact, it looks like for now, OP will be holding the mid, and Trolls, okay, now he's just moving to safer territory. Samael, there's your blink, Burrow Strike. Into that first little pop, and Samael, the totem damage finishes off OP, but the duel, it'll begin on the live stealer. They'll send the Night Stalker up. That's the fresh shield scepter going to work, and on the backlines, Dazzle, Samael controls it perfectly. Zai's epicenter hitting perfectly, and Bobica as well as Burning as well. They're all dropping down low. No one's dead just yet, but when you're going to throw a 2-man Fissure, they can move themselves up, catching out Q. Samael's got a triple kill. XXS had to stay his ground just because of the Dream Call, but Samael ain't done yet. An extra Burrow Strike. Do they give it to him? No, Zai will actually take the quad from him. But IG are all pushing up the daisies, 13-2. And I would say this is a stomp, but doesn't really show it enough. This is a slam from EG.
I see what you did there.
We start calling him the Jordan now.
It was too easy. He's like playing a bunch of high schoolers. Basketball. Just running circles around them. Well, One thing I will have to say about IG is that I particularly think they play that well around the LC. I think that's actually one of their worst offlaners for XS. I don't think he's particularly bad at the hero. I just think that they need a team fighter for him, or else this happens where you have heroes that don't do anything. Burning likes to farm on his troll. Mid, that was not a good matchup for the Ember when he picked him in the first phase, so you needed a big team fighter in the off lane. But they banned out the Magnus.
Ember dead again.
They banned out the Darkseer.
Oh, they just let it go. The Echo Slam from Sumail. Crit Yui needed just a little bit more damage in case the defensive spirit was there. And because Sumail went for this early Yule Scepter, his control is unbelievable, his movement speed is great, and his damage is through the roof, and he does go for the plus 50 damage talent. He now hits at 109, plus 74, and with the totem, it's plus 510 on this Earthshaker.
Yeah, imagine if he actually builds any strength items too. Right now he doesn't have any strength items aside from the wand.
It's like he understands he doesn't even need it.
Yeah, but there's like future synergy. You see this and you're like, okay, what if he does have more strength, or like a strength build, or what if he does have like some sort of minus armor on his team? Like he would just annihilate people.
He's actually
if given this sort of start.
I'm trying to work out like how much is, like, can you crunch the numbers for the damage when he also has the Shadow Blade too? So totem into Shadow Blade and to just walk in.
Yeah, it's.
Does that one hit the dazzle?
I don't think so. He has 3 armor, so it wouldn't one-shot him. But you could do. The thing about it is like you get like a Shadow Blade and enchant hit, and then you get like an enchant cast again, and then another hit. So that's probably like 1,500 damage if unmitigated by armor. It's pretty nice.
So
if you get to that point.
So basically, IG are boned if Sumail is able to get his initiation off, which they can't really stop because it's an instant stun from the Echo Slam, or Shadow Blade gets him in the right position. So Burning continues to farm up.
I think they need to bait out OP, use the press the attack so he can slight immediately after, and then you start the fight out from there. That's I think one of the better ways for them to start off the fight.
Epicenter, Zai down the bottom lane, goes on to Bobaca. Support's giving the neighborhood as Sumail, stomp, snash.
Yep, 20-minute Beyond Godlike.
Oh, the duel.
What?
It's
He
out.
doesn't have
It's
any
actually,
damage.
but where's your follow-up? Here comes your spirits. They all jump forward. With a Searing Chain, Sand King will end up falling. And the blink, Sumail actually just managed to dodge the Poison Sting, so he can stay on the front lines, keep pumping it out, and OP, Shallow Grave will buy him time. A Spirit to the other side of the fissure, they'll use him up. Sumail's timing a little bit off, but they're still there. Sleight of Fist dodge, OP can't do it. Arteezy gets the claw into his back. Oh boy.
Too much single target on the side of IG. Aside from Ember, but as we've seen, Ember has just been food.
Yep.
And LC still has no dual damage, never a good sign. And Sumail looking to hunt more people.
There is one man who hasn't been in any of these engagements, and that's Burning. Yeah. The only thing he's been going over is Battle Trends, and is continuously farming towards his BKB, now only Recipe away from it.
Well, he's on the right page. I don't think they can fight.
Yep.
And they just need to sack some heroes. You put an elusive hero like Night Stalker. He has better vision during night. He can fly places. He can just like void some range creeps and push out the lanes. If you lose them, not a big deal. You use darkness to farm and make it harder for the opponents to gank as opposed to using it offensively.
XXS needs to get himself out of here right
he's
now.
in a good spot.
Q's in the neighborhood, so he should be able to Shallow Grave him and protect him.
He's also close to the shrine.
But I don't know if he can survive long enough. Okay, there's your blink. The smoke will break. Q actually gets the weave off on EG, who are trying to be aggressive under this smoke. This is also the reveal of the Shadow Blade. And that's what Sumail's looking for. He's going to walk straight into Q. Now we test the theory. Fissure, blink, totem, done. Too easy.
Hero down. He is building into a medallion at least. That will help a lot if you can preemptively cast it before a hero gets whammed on by the enchant totem.
Sumail's looking for a kill. The actually just triggered again. Echo Slam straight away. Burning is the man who has been avoiding EG so heavily, and finally he is caught out by EG. And that may be a ticket to go high ground. 42 seconds without a buyback. The tier 2 tower bottom lane just fell, so Arteezy's bringing in the creep wave there too. So being attacked on multiple sides, and you've still got the initiation without Epicenter, however.
They lost 3 ults that last fight for the troll, so this is likely just a test to see how IG are going to actually react.
Well, no buyback yet. They chipped the tower.
That's good enough. All they need to do right now is protect that ancient area and make sure Burning doesn't get Roach. I think one of the times Earthshaker, he like Shadow Blade into Roach, just double check. Because that's, I would say, the only way that IG get back in this game, barring some like fantastic team fight where EG go in 1-by-1 or just botch all their ultimates.
Are IG actually going to smoke on top of that Observer Ward? Like, they're sitting on it. Q doesn't actually have smoke on him. There we go.
Yep, that's a smoke.
Yeah. Perfectly visible. EG were baiting in the bottom lane. They were hoping to find themselves a fight there. But with the movement from IG, you just hit daytime. So if they're going to force this fight, they actually have to trigger darkness, and that's the biggest warning bell for EG.
Smart for EG not to try and lay a trap, though, because they still could have potentially died. Not everyone's there. And if they had Echo Slam, potentially they could have set a trap for like a beautiful 5-man combo. But normally the players do place an uphill ward as they go into the jungle so you don't get jumped like that. There's like a slight possibility it wouldn't end up very well for EG, but I think a more likely chance that it would have been disastrous. So now they set up a good network of wards, 3 of them near the south side of the map, pretty deep in the EG territory, so that IG can finally potentially get some information, finally maybe get a dual kill out for XS, and maybe even sneak in a Roach for Burning.
Sumail. That sentry ward just got planted. He'll walk in range. They can see him. He'll blink out. Does the Shallow Grave come off? There's the silence from Bobica in the corner. But Universe Stream Call holding Q and OP in position. Sumail going to get dusted up as well. They need to keep that vision up on him. But the Burrow Strike from Zai. He doesn't need the sentry. The Shallow Grave from Q. It comes off in time, but Arteezy looking for the kill on OP, and they will leave the Dazzle to die. There was nothing more IG could do to save him.
And ever vigilant, 2 EG heroes staying around the Roach pit, and with the medallion, should be a pretty easy test for them. Earthshaker's actually very good at doing Roach, I would say, if you have someone to tank. The stun lock mitigates a lot of damage, and he actually has quite high physical and magical damage. Seeing a lot of perks for this hero.
All right, IG. You got no. Well, you do still have the shrine to go to.
No, that is not a fight. Their team fight's terrible. Remember, the only way they can take Roach is if they sneak it, or if EG get a pick, or they get a pick off on one of EG's heroes. But straight 5-on-5,
but now you're
no
going
way.
to have EG barrel down the lane. They're going to have Aegis the Immortal. They're going to go straight for your racks. How do you stop this?
Well, better to lose the game in like 10, 15 minutes where you still have a shot of them messing up as opposed to complete suicide running into the pit. The chances of them winning the fight
Sumail, bottom lane blink, Echo, and it is an easy combination onto OP. He burnt through the Flame Guard as well, but the Echo Slam damage did more than enough to get the instant hold and just lockdown stuns.
Yeah, he had, what, 3 Aftershocks there? 3 Aftershocks is 450.
Echo says, oh no, he got fidget as he's trying to jump in. Blade mails up to Sumail, tries to find an opening there. Now they're going to lose their Dazzle in the mid as well.
I don't even think it would have done anything. He would not have won a duel anyways.
And dead on bottom. Legion's dead. No way he survives that one.
You can't cast Enchant when you're dueled, so he doesn't actually do that much damage during the right click. So that's a very poor duel target unless you can burst him down with some of your other heroes, like Ember. Well, now just pretty much going through the motions of ending the game, waiting for IG to move outside of their base or just get slaughtered inside their base.
Yeah, this is inevitable for IG. If they hold this, it'll be a miracle. OP silenced up. Arteezy with all the damage. The Fisher from Sumail. He's 13-0-9 on this Earthshaker. Not too shabby at all. Looking for a little bit more. Burning slowed up, but they get back behind the tower.
This is why you need flexibility in the draft. Like if you have, like if you only play Night Stalker support, if you only play Ember mid, you're going to be in for a tough time. And even after EG picked their heroes, we weren't exactly sure who was going to go where.
Yep.
Because they swapped it up, and it was still unclear. Earthshaker could have been a support in this, Sand King in the off lane, could have been Puck in the off lane. There's many options. The only hero that is static is the Lifestealer and the Crystal Maiden, I would say.
And now you actually start to beg the question even further going through this tournament. Like, is EG going to be easy to read it when it comes to the draft? It was one of the things I know we were talking about in the right here. Is like, does EG have issues going through the winners bracket? Normally, they're the ones that adapt to the meta of the tournament. This time, they seem to be setting at least their own one.
That's the reason why you see teams like EG and Newbie, they value these heroes like Sand King a lot more than other teams because of the multiple role flexibility and the Puck. Like a lot of teams have been first phase banning the puck because it's just too much of a mind game to figure out where the hero is going to go.
Yep. Here's the smoke from IG. They're going to come down and see if they can wrap around behind, but Zai's already broken the smoke. They'll dust up, but they don't see anything. Bobika too slow to get the flight. And it's the observed ward that was just on the hill next to him that revealed it all out. Now they jump forward. The Echo Slam from Samael. It hits beautifully. 2 are down. Crit will put the icing on top of this EG cake and burning. Well, put that BKB to work. What can he do? Go on to Arteezy. That's not the target he wants. Zai's back in again. So Samael slam him down. Triple kill. And GG, you bet your Nelly it is. 4 heroes gone for IG. The game was lost 10 minutes ago. EG have just slaughtered Invictus Gaming in Game 1.
Yep, that's one you just chalk off to, okay, they need some more time to warm up. They need to reevaluate what the hell is going on at 7.06 and 7.05 that they just cannot grasp at the moment. 28-3, that is even worse than the 22-3 that, what was 21-2?
Are you trying to remember the IG versus EG game of Frankfurt?
It was 0, right?
It was... I think there was a 1 in there somewhere.
I don't think they got a kill.
I don't remember the meme exactly, but Invictus Gaming slaughtered it.
I think it was like 21-0 or something. It was probably equally as bad.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yep.
Like, to put it very, very nicely, that was brutal.
Back to the drawing tables, as Lumi would say.
Well, what do we get? Monkey King? Oh wait, no. That guy got completely ripped. So yeah, I don't know how you even pick yourself up for that when you're in Invictus Gaming. Like, okay, the Earthshaker completely crushed you in lane, but mind-wise, how do you go into the next draft?
You just have to experiment, go outside the box more. Like, Earthshaker mid, it's not common. Yesterday, we saw the Zeus offlane, also not common.
Yep.
And these unorthodox things that hopefully you've experimented with in scrims or played, even experimented in pubs, like, what's the worst that happens? It's not going to get much worse than that.
Yeah, nothing could get worse than that. But hey, who knows? Game 2's coming up just after the break.
Well, a rather one-sided affair to start things off. The analysts did expect it, but EG do flex their muscles with some perhaps slightly eyebrow and hair-raising picks, getting to see Sumail. There was a kind of collaborative sigh as Earthshaker showed up in mid lane. Winter, you were not expecting that. In fact, you said alongside Fog with certainty, all right, we got this, an Earthshaker in the off lane. Didn't happen.
Yep, we were kind of expecting the more conventional punk mid against the Ember, but we totally forgot that Earthshaker crushes another melee, like most melee heroes 1v1. So that was what happened in the lane. OP could not do much. He got killed repeatedly with he got killed for the first time with a smoke rotation from the 2 supports, and after that he got solo killed. His game was pretty much so difficult after that.
And you weren't convinced, Fogged, by the Ember at all, really, at least cropping up so early in the draft as well.
No, it's like it's been nerfed a few times, and then he went for the 30 damage, but then he also builds a Veil on top of that, so it's like he had like this mixed kind of idea that he wanted to go into the game, but like,
the whole draft didn't feel
cohesive, right? Like they had this Dazzle 3rd or 4th pick, and then they have like Ember Spirit. No one else really benefits for the weave. You could see that they wanted it versus the Lifestealer, sure, but like, where does it actually all work together? He can't gank with Night Stalker either.
They picked Night Stalker early, but their draft wasn't really a Night Stalker draft. They weren't really playing like
but you have to build around the Night Stalker?
You want to be aggressive. You don't want like too many heroes that need to farm a lot. They had Troll. Like Troll is going to basically farm. So a Night Stalker wants to fight. And if you put those 2 heroes together, then it's a little weird in terms of how you're going to play the game. It could work maybe if your lanes didn't go like that badly, but ideally you do not want to have heroes like those together.
So Purge, are you reading this just as a team that don't quite understand how this game should be played currently?
Yeah, I actually agreed with a lot with. I was thinking about what Ben and Toby said, and I feel like what happened is over the last 6 months, you've had a lot of the same mid heroes been powerful for a long. They've been powerful for a long time. Same for some of the carries, and those heroes have been kind of slowly nerfed. And you're getting these occasional picks like Earthshaker, Zeus. Those are heroes that have been buffed, and repeatedly buffed. And so grabbing those those selective picks, throwing them into a draft against a team that's still trying to rely on these old things that they know about the meta. You're getting these like weird Ember stomp things, and it's just IG's not realizing what heroes are effective. They're trying to rely on things that they previously knew, and teams that are more creative are always going to profit from that. So you'll see Sumail do something crazy, like just Earthshaker carry and just kill everybody, go on a godlike streak. So
yeah, he went completely berserk in this game, let's be honest. He completely took over the whole lanes, but I think it was also just like, they looked much more like a team. Their rotations were nice and crisp. Like Universe is probably the one that I didn't really even see too much of in this game, but I don't think he really had to. You know, this like CM, Sand King kind of roaming around. They get that kill mid. They make the rotation. Arteezy instantly gets his armlet, TP's mid, makes an infest rotation. This play here by Sumail, he gets like the 3-man fissure as well. Just his targeting and everything, it just seems much more like cohesive as a unit for EG.
I feel like all I watched all game was just Earthshaker dunking on people.
Yep.
Like, I saw some Sand King, saw a little CM, barely saw Puck, barely saw Arteezy. It was just dunks everywhere.
You see that triple stun as well?
Yeah.
Madness. So Universe was, I mean, you were talking about the Puck in the mid lane. Did we see much from Universe? Just wasn't really a necessary factor at this point when you see Sumail doing what he did.
He delayed his impact because he went Midas, but he was there for a couple crucial moments.
So the Midas was just a statement like, I think Sumail's fine.
Sumail's got this early.
Right.
Game.
That's what that essentially was.
I really like the adjustment though that they made. You know, we all kind of expected that mid Puck, and then we're like, you know, we still like their draft, but we're like, okay, it's a kind of single core lifestealer, and they make that adjustment. Earthshaker is a physical damage dealing core, and they put it mid, and then they have that kind of late game potential as well. So it was just a really good, well thought out plan by EG, and IG just did not seem to have anything to really deal with it.
You can talk about how much maybe we didn't dislike the heroes right now for IG, but it's more like right now the direction for the game. It's not how the patch should be played right now. They are
Can you elaborate?
They're very confused about what is important. Should we farm? Should we fight? What's a good position for a hero that fits us? They are really at a state of the team. I would say it's like they are really confused.
Okay, so for IG, if they were building a kind of in-game priority list, what should it be? Win the mid lane, get farm, fight?
I think that they need to decide to farm less and be more. And maybe it seems like they have different ideas among the team, like because the draft feels like there are different pieces of different ideas pieced together.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, like the Troll last pick, they don't really have anyone who, like, sure, the Legion Commander benefits from Troll ulti, but Ember Spirit doesn't really gain anything out of that or anything. It's just, it just seems like a lot of different ideas. And